Hi again. Let me show you how to make this little piece of plastic that is very necessary for your clothes rack to work, but if broken is not available as a spare part. So what you do is you take a picture of it and then you bring it in here using the background images. And when you have placed it here, you can move it up and down or sideways so that you get the center point of the piece in the center point of the scene. Now, you can then go in here and say Shift A to add a circle and then scale it down until you have it in the proper size. Move it so that it covers, it's too big, scale, and then move, grab, so that it actually covers this end of the piece. Then you go into edit mode, and in the edit mode you go to vertices and you select almost all of them. Actually you select exactly half of them, and then you grab them on the x-axis to get to the other end. As you can see, there's a slight height difference here between these two vertices. It's not exactly level, but when you scale on the y-axis with 0, you get them to be exactly aligned. And the same down here, scale y 0. So this is the basic form of the piece, and when you select all of the vertices and press F, you get a face. Now this is how the face looks, and now you can just extrude to a certain degree. It doesn't really matter at this point how large you make it, because you're going to set the size in a moment. Press enter, and now your piece looks like this. When you now go back to the, actually you can go into the object mode and see the size of the piece. It's 2.47 and I want it to be 2.5, and it's 1.0, I want it to be 1.35, and I want it to be 0.3 centimeters, that's 3 millimeters high. Now the piece is exactly the same size as the original in the picture, which you can see when you go back to the top view. With the Z you can see through it. Okay, looks nice. Now I need some tool to drill out those two holes in it. So I'll add a cylinder. Note that I'm in edit mode, not in edit mode, but in object mode. Otherwise I would have my piece as a part of this piece, and that's not very useful. I'll scale down minus Shift Z so that it doesn't go into the thickness of the piece, and then I'll move it until I have it so that the hole itself is going to be of the proper size. That's about it. I'll duplicate it on the x-axis. I'll move the picture up slightly so that I will see it better. The fit is better. Yes, it is nice. Yep, that's fine. So now I have one piece here, and these are going to be used as drills and then discarded. I'll select this cylinder and press Ctrl J so that I get just one piece to use as the drill. Now, in order for the Booleans to operate, I need to apply the location, rotation and scale of these two pieces. So I'll say Ctrl A to get to the location, rotation and scale. So now I know that this piece is properly adapted for the Booleans. And the same for here. Ctrl A, location, rotation and scale. Now the Boolean will work. I will now select the piece I want and add the modifier called Boolean. Select the operation as difference, and the object to deduct or subtract from this piece is called cylinder 001. When I now click on apply, I can then delete the cylinders, and I will be left with two perfect holes in the right place. So essentially what I have now is the same object as I have in the picture, which we can see here. It's very, very close to it. And I only just want to make it slightly neater, which I will do with a bevel modifier, a bevel adjustment. So I will select the edges of this piece. I go into edge edit mode. Okay, my machine had some thoughts right there and I was unable to do anything. But now as I select the edges of this piece, with Alt and Shift, Alt and Shift, and here on the other side as well, and then press Ctrl B, I can get a nice bevel for the edges. My machine is really acting up at the moment. I really don't know what's happening. Just move it down so slightly. Wait for a sec. Yeah, hold on for a sec. Okay, now it should work. Ctrl B for bevel. Whoa, this is exactly not what I want, but this is rather close to it. I'll just make it like so, and then add a couple of lines with the mouse scrolling button, and then click on the left. And I'll do this like so, and then Ctrl B, move the mouse very slowly and very slightly, not to get it like this, but like that, and then left click. Okay, the piece is now perfect for printing purposes, and I will just save it first, and then I will export it using the 3D printing here. I will first check that it's manifold. Yes, that means it has no holes in it that I didn't make myself. And then I can just click here and export and go into the other program which I need, and it's called Repetier Host. And this is Repetier Host. I can load the piece in here, gadget circle, and then check that the size of it, and I can see from here that the size is perfect, 25, 13.5 and 3, and then I will slice it for the printer, which means I can then the printing time is only 1 minute 51 seconds, and this is how it's going to be built. This is the first layer, second, third. It only needs about 10 layers, except that I would actually want to make it with 0.1 millimeter layer height, which means 20 layers, and it means about 5 minutes of printing time. But the net result of the whole project is that it took me about 5 minutes to make the mesh, and it takes me about 10 minutes to print because the printer has to heat up. But that's all there's to it. So whenever you see something that's broken, just make a mesh of it and then find a printer, and off you go. Thanks for watching.